Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm Arif, your cloud learning journey partner. In today's video, we're going to cover a very important AWS topic, that is AWS Application Load Balancer. Suppose you are trying to deploy your web application in AWS account, and for that you have spin up multiple EC2 servers which will act like a web server, but you also need application load balancer in front of your EC2 server so that the incoming traffic can be distributed equally to your EC2 servers. After watching today's video, you will be able to create application load balancer from scratch, and you will also know how to register your EC2 server under the target group. So before starting the video, I just want to talk about myself. Well, I am Arif. I do have more than 8 years of experience in cloud computing and cybersecurity. I hold multiple certification in AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. Beside that, I also hold CISSP and CCSP certification. You can see my certification in my background. Well, this channel is all about cybersecurity and cloud computing. And if you are interested in this field, this channel is definitely for you. I'm planning to upload a lot of videos related to these topics. So please like and subscribe to my channel so you can see my upcoming videos. Without further delay, let's get started. I have logged into my personal AWS account, and currently we are under the EC2 console. Load balancer is a subsection of EC2, so we can find load balancer related configuration under EC2 console. So whenever we are dealing with load balancer, we have to keep in mind that we're dealing with two elements. One is a load balancer and other is a target group. A good question could be, what is a target group? Well, under target group, we can specify like what kind of request it will accept, and all the web servers or EC2 server that we talked about can be registered under this target group. So when I'll create it, it will make more sense. So let's create one target group, because in order to create a load balancer, we need to have a existing target group. So first we're gonna create the target group in here. So I'm gonna click this create target group option. So under target group, we do have few options. We can create instance target group, IP address target group, lambda function target group, or application load balancer. So for this video, I'm gonna choose this instance target group, and we have to give it a name. We can call it new test target group, and then we have to define the protocol, and we do have a few options in here. We can choose HTTP, HTTPS, TLS, UDP. So whenever dealing with application load balancer, it's always good to use HTTP or HTTPS, because these are the protocol that are used by web servers. So I'm gonna choose HTTP, and whenever we are using HTTP, we should use the port 80. The IP address type, we have two options. We can go with just only IPv4, but we can also choose IPv6 if we want to. But for this tutorial, I'm gonna just choose IPv4. And then we have to define the VPC, because whenever we are creating a target group, we also need some sort of network configuration, the IP address stuff. So for that, we need a VPC. Here under the VPC section, we do have two VPCs currently under our North Virginia region, and I'm going to choose the default one, the second one. Okay, and now we do have an option of protocol version, HTTP1, HTTP2, GPRC. So for this video, I'm going to choose HTTP1 protocol version, and the next option is the health check protocol. A good question could be, why do we need health check under our target group? What's the usage of this health check? Well, just imagine we do have 5 EC2 server, all are registered under our target group, and for some reason one of the EC2 server is not in a healthy state. So how do we get notified for it? Our target group can help us with that. So target group will continuously send ping requests to the specified health check path that we'll define in here. If it doesn't get any reply back, then it will just make those EC2 server as unhealthy. It will point it out this is unhealthy, and if we configure load balancer auto scaling together, then we can spin up a new EC2 server to replace the unhealthy EC2 servers. So in this way, our whole application, our infrastructure will be in a healthy state. So it's a very useful service. So under health checkpoint, we do have two options, HTTP and HTTPS. I'm going to go with HTTP, and the health check path, I'm just going to point it to the root directory, that is / and we can go with the default configuration for the advanced health check. So just here we can see the health check port is a traffic port. So whenever we're saying that is a traffic port, that means we are pointing it to port number 80. And then how many healthy threshold and unhealthy thresholds we want, we can define it in here, and the timeout and the interval too. And the success code is also defined, which is 200. Basically, for most of the applications, whenever we want to get a success code, it's always defined by code 200. And after that, we don't want to add any additional tags, because right now we don't have that many target groups to get confused. So we have defined all the things that are required to create a target group, and now we can just hit create target group, and our target group name is new test TG. Okay, so under the next section here, we see that we can whitelist or register our EC2 server here, but we'll do that later. So now we just hit the create target group option. Great, so now we do have our target group in here, that is new test TG. At this point, I'm going to go to the load balancer section, and I'm going to click create load balancer. Under load balancer, we do have few types of load balancer. One is application load balancer, and there is network load balancer, and the third one is gateway load balancer. Well, a good question could be, what's the major difference in between application load balancer and network load balancer? Application load balancer works in layer 7, and the network load balancer works in layer 5, network layer. So as in the very beginning of this video, we talked about application load balancer. So for today's tutorial, I'm gonna create an application load balancer. So I will select this application load balancer option, and first I need to give it a name. Okay, so I'm gonna call it new test ALB, which is stands for application load balancer. So under scheme, we do have two options. It could be an internet facing load balancer, and the second option is internal. Well, if we want to use it as an application load balancer, it should be an internet facing load balancer. So for that reason, I'm going to choose this internet facing load balancer. And IP address type, we do have two options, IPv4 or dual stack, if you also want to include the IPv6. So this is more of a tutorial, so that's why I'm just going to go with IPv4 option. And after that, we also need to select the VPC. We're gonna choose the same VPC that we used for our target group, that is the default VPC. After choosing that, now we have to choose the availability zone. Here, important thing to remember is that whenever we're creating application load balancer, we must have to choose at least two availability zone. Why we need to choose two? There is a reason behind it. That is, suppose one of the availability zone is down, then our application load balancer can be served from the another availability zone. So our application will be fault tolerant. So it's always important to choose multiple availability zone for application load balancer. So I'm going to choose the first two, that is US East 1A and US East 1B. After that, we need to choose a security group. So a good question could be, why do we need security group for our application load balancer? Well, under security group, we can define the inbound, outbound rules and the protocols, etc. So once we define that, then we can protect our web application, our application load balancer from a layer 7 attack. So for that reason, it's very important to have security groups for application load balancer. And then after that we need to define the listeners and routing. So first we're gonna create this HTTP protocol. Whenever we're using HTTP, we should use port 80. And here we can see we do have two options, and the one that we're gonna choose is the one that we create earlier, that is new test TG target group. So after selecting this one, we can click this one, add listener tag, but we don't need to add a tag. But I just want to show you one more thing, that is add listeners. We can have multiple listeners in here. So the first one is configured correctly, that is HTTP, and it's pointing to new test TG. What if we also want to have a HTTPS listener? So what do we mean when we're saying the HTTP listener, HTTPS listener? Well, that means whenever we are getting a HTTP request, HTTP traffic, then it will be redirected or forwarded to this particular target group. And for HTTPS, if we want to do it, we can also forward it to another target group. But there is a tricky thing, that is, if you want to use HTTPS protocol, then we also need to upload our certificate, default SSL/TLS certificate. But at this point, under this AWS account, I don't have ACM certificate. So for that reason, I am not going to use HTTPS. But in production environment, we most of the time use HTTPS, because HTTPS is secure than HTTP protocol. So I'm going to just remove this HTTPS for the sake of this video, and tags are not required for now. And here we can see the summary of our current configuration, like everything that we have defined so far is listed in here. So after checking this, now we can just simply click create load balancer. Right now, as you can see, our load balancer is in a provisioning state. So it will take a few minutes, because on the back end, a lot of things are happening. And I'm gonna pause my video, and once our application load balancer is okay state, then we can look into our load balancer. Now our load balancer is in active state. And if we click this load balancer, we can see the configuration. So first section is the details. So here we can see all the configuration that we have defined earlier, the VPC, the availability zones, and also we can see our IP address type is IPv4. So the first section is the listener and rules. So under listener and rules, now we do have just only one protocol, that is HTTP and port 80, and it's forwarding the traffic to our target group, that is new test TG. And the rule is this is the first rule, because we don't have any other rules. We haven't created the HTTPS rule because we don't have the SSL certificate under our AWS account right now. Under network mapping, we can see the network configurations. Under security, we can see our security target group. Let's look into the target groups to see if we are allowing the HTTP traffic. So under here right now, this is a default one, that's why it's allowing all the traffic. Like if you can see the traffic, all traffic, protocol also, it's allowing everything. And the outbound, it's also allowing all the outbound. Under the monitoring section, you can see we got quite a lot of matrices. These matrices are all coming from the CloudWatch. So for that reason, you can also see that you can also open it under a CloudWatch console. So it's always better to create a dashboard with all of these matrices so that you can monitor everything from a single place. That's pretty much summary of our load balancer. Under the target group, if we go now in here, so this one, new test TG, the target group, now it's assigned to our new test ALB application load balancer. So a good question could be, now we do have this target group load balancer. How can we register our EC2 servers, existing EC2 servers under our target group? It's pretty straightforward. From this new test TG, if we go to the register targets, if we had any running EC2 servers under this AWS EC2 console in North Virginia, it will show up in here. But unfortunately, currently we don't have any running EC2 servers. But if if we had it, it would be here. We had to just select it and just click the register button, and it will register for our target group. And so whenever our load balancer gets any sort of traffic, it will then forward the traffic to a target group, and a target group will send the traffic to our EC2 register EC2 server. So in this way we can serve any sort of request, web application request, using our load balancer, target group, and EC2 servers. Congratulations guys for reaching this far of this video. Well, today we covered a lot of things. We have covered how to create an application load balancer from scratch. We have covered how to create a target group. Then we also looked into how to register EC2 server onto the target group. If you guys have any questions or any sort of doubt related to this whole process, please let me know under this comment section, and I'm going to reply back in a very short period of time. If you guys found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel so that you can see my upcoming videos. I am really grateful to you that you are watching my videos. It means a lot to me. So that's all for today. Have a great and wonderful day.